Hello, welcome to Computer Networks online lecture series. Myself Prima Rawal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. In this session, we are going to see the unit Local Area Network, and in this session, the topics are example networks. In that, we will see X.25, frame relay, ATM, and ISDN networks. So let's start today's session. So, first of all, let us see X.25 and frame relay networks. So, let us see first one X.25. So, X.25 is a protocol suite defined by ITU-T, that is International Telecommunication Union, for telecommunication purpose for packet switched communications over WAN, that is wide area network. It was originally designed for use in 1970s and became very popular in 1980s. Presently, it is used for networks for ATMs and credit card verification. X.25 has three protocol layers. The first one is physical layer, second one is data link layer, and the third one is packet layer. So, X.25 operates on these three layers: physical, data link, and packet layer. Or as you can say, network layer. Now, let us see next one, that is frame relay. So, frame relay is a packet switch communication service from LANs, that is local area network, to backbone networks and WANs. It operates at two layers. First one is physical layer and the next is data link layer. So this supports all standard physical layer protocols. The essence of frame relay is that it is a connection-oriented network with no error control and no flow control. So the main essence of frame relay network is that it provides no error control and no flow control. Now, next is ATM, which is very important. ATM stands for Asynchronous Transfer Mode, or as you can say, Asynchronous Transfer Machine. So, Asynchronous Transfer Mode or Asynchronous Transfer Machine is a switching technique that uses time division multiplexing, that is TDM, for data communications. We know that there are different types of multiplexing techniques like TDM, FDM, CDM, and likewise, where TDM stands for time division multiplexing, FDM stands for frequency division multiplexing, and CDM stands for code division multiplexing. So here in ATM, it uses time division multiplexing. It is a network technology that supports voice, video, and data communication. ATM encodes data into small, fixed-size cells so that they are suitable for TDM and transmits them over physical medium. So asynchronous transfer machines are suitable for TDM, which are transmitted using the physical medium or physical connection stages. Let us see ATM virtual circuits. So in this diagram, sending and receiving host is indicated. Sending host is sending some data which will have some sending process. Receiving host will receive the data which will have the receiving process. Now, in the sending process, the data will send using the virtual circuit. That means there is no physical circuit or connection is established, but data is sent obtaining the virtual circuit. As you can see over here, this is a subnet. Subnet is basically a collection of routers and different communication links. There are different routers available in this subnet. The sender will send using the particular 3 routers obtain the virtual circuit to the receiving host. So this indicates the ATM virtual circuit where in the particular subnet the data is being sent. Let us see now the ATM cell. In this, there is the frame structure which has 2 fields. First field is a header field which is of 5 bytes. Next is the user data field which is of 48 bytes. So remember these virtual circuit and the frame structure for the ATM. Remember that the header is of 5 bytes and the user data is of 48 bytes. Now let us see the next one, which is ATM reference model. It is very important. This is the structure of ATM reference model. Now this is a 3D structure of ATM reference model with having the front view, side view and the top view. So in the front view, the first is physical layer. The physical layer is divided into 2 sublayers, which is indicated over here, which is TC and PMD. Here TC stands for transmission convergence and PMD stands for physical medium dependent sublayer. Above the physical layer, there is the ATM layer. So seeing the front view, the ATM layer is indicated above the physical layer. Then above the ATM layer, ATM adoption layer is indicated, which stands for AAL, that means ATM adoption layer, which has another 2 sublayers which are CS and SAR, where CS stands for convergence sublayer and SAR stands for segmentation and reassembly sublayer. Next, upper layer is divided into 2 subparts, that is upper layer 2, which will have the divisions in the column. So this is the front view layers of ATM reference model. Now let us look into the upper view or else top view. In that, the first one is control plane and user plane. So the first row is divided into 2 columns. First one is control plane, which is used for controlling purpose, and next is user plane where user activities are assigned. Next is layer management. So this is used for management of layer purposes, and above that plane management is there. That means these 2 are for the management purposes. One is for layer management and the second one is for plane management. Then the side view is indicated. Let us see in the side views. So in the side views, the projections are obtained of the front view and the top view, and according to that, sub-layer projections are there. So this is the ATM reference model structure. Now let us see the ATM layers and sub-layers and their functions. Now this table indicates the ATM layers, sub-layers and their functions. First one is OSI layer. So OSI layer 3 and 4. That means we know that the first layer of OSI is physical layer, then the second is data link layer, third one is network and fourth one is transport layer. So here we are talking about network and transport layer. So in that the ATM layer will be AAL, which is ATM adoption layer. Its functionality is there according to the ATM 2 sublayers CS and SAR. So in convergence sublayer CS, it provides a standard interface, that means the convergence. This is the function of it. Next is SAR. The function of SAR is segmentation and reassembly. After that, in the OSI layer 2 and 3, that means data link layer and network layer, the ATM layer is ATM, which provides the functions like flow control, cell header generation or extraction, virtual circuit or path management, and cell multiplexing or demultiplexing. After that, OSI layer 2, that is data link layer, which has the ATM layer physical, which has the ATM sublayer TC, that is transmission convergence. So in this, the basic functions are cell rate decoupling, header checksum generation and verification, cell generation, packaging, unpackaging cells from the enclosing envelope, and frame generation. So these are the functions for second layer of transmission convergence sublayer. Next is OSI layer 1, that is the physical layer, which comes at the ATM layer physical, which has the OSI sublayer or ATM sublayer PMD, which has the functions of bit timing, physical network access, etc. So try to remember this table having the ATM layers, sublayers and individual sublayer functions. Okay. Next is ISDN. So ISDN stands for Integrated Services Digital Network. It was first defined in the CCITT Red Book in 1988. It is a telephone network-based infrastructure that allows the transmission of voice and data simultaneously at a high speed with greater efficiency. This is a circuit switch telephone network system which also provides access to packet switch networks. Let us see the model of a practical ISDN. This is the practical model of ISDN, where two ISDNs are shown on the other sides, which are connected to the computer devices or telephone devices and the servers. These ISDNs are connected to the packet and they are switched also, and they are using this private line also. So this is the model of practical ISDN. ISDN supports a variety of services like voice calls, video text, teletext, electronic mail, that is email, database access, data transmission and voice, connection to internet, electronic fund transfer, image and graphics exchange, document storage and transfer, and audio and video conferencing. So these are the variety of services which ISDN supports. Also, automatic alarm services to fire stations, police and medicals that are also provided by the ISDN. I hope that these two concepts are clear to you now and such example networks is clear. These are the references you can refer through. Thank you. Thank you for listening.